Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to present to you a broadcast communications major and the class of 2014's senior class speaker, Mr. Joseph Ligo. Joe.
Thank you, Dr. McMinn. Before I begin, I need to thank all of the amazing people who helped get us all here. But in honor of a friend who is also leaving Westminster this year, I'd like to say it as he would. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to remember to thank all of the great people out here who helped you get in there. And really, I'm sure all of you are very thankful for all of the parents and faculty and staff who helped make these 4 years of history while you were at Westminster. And, you know, that's a funny thing about history. They say history is written by the victors, but it is rewritten by the internet. A prime example of this is the YouTube series Epic Rap Battles of History. And Dr. Cuff may question their accuracy, but they do provide a funny window into the past, nonetheless. One of their more popular ones, and one of my favorites, is a battle between Thomas Edison and rival inventor Nikola Tesla. Now, in real life, both men competed bitterly for fame and fortune during the turn of the 20th century. But in the end, Edison died a wealthy, well-known socialite, while Tesla passed away alone and penniless. But prior to his passing, Tesla spoke these ominous words: "Let the future tell the truth and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs. The future, for which I have really worked, is mine." And when you're a college student, it seems like everybody always wants to talk about your future. You go home for Christmas break and the relatives interrogate you. What do you want to do with your life? Do you have a girlfriend? Are you sure majoring in communications is a good idea? But the closer you get to graduation, the conversation turns from your future to your present. Have you applied for jobs yet? Are you moving out yet? You still don't have a girlfriend yet. And it's easy to feel like the present does not belong to us. We're at the mercy of hiring managers and grad school admissions departments. We get thrust onto life's stage and the audience says, "Impress me." And when we don't, cynicism starts to set in. Our parents start believing those chain emails with articles about the entitlement generation and how all of our cell phones and video games have made us self-centered, useless members of society. And the conversation turns to debt and unemployment, and soon the cynicism reaches us too. And suddenly, we start worrying not only about our present, but our futures as well. As a broadcast student, I spent over a year trying to develop a 30-second TV commercial for Westminster College. I spent weeks brainstorming about what made Westminster stand out from other schools. What can the school give students for the here and now? Well, we have a cafeteria where the fire alarm goes off if you make waffles, a science building that is slowly being swallowed up by the earth, and a broadcast department with cameras that are older than me. But at Westminster, a professor will call you on a Saturday morning in July to ask how your summer internship is going. At Westminster, your capstone advisor doesn't roll their eyes when you ask her for a third letter of recommendation. The registrar knows you by name, and the department chair will even give you a pound of homegrown bacon as a housewarming gift for your first apartment. At Westminster, a whole community will come together to mourn the loss of a friend. It's a reminder that the kindness we show others in the present can affect the future for years to come. And what matters more than waffles or cameras is that people at Westminster care. What sets us apart is that we put those feelings into action. When we see the faculty and staff go the extra mile for us, we are prompted to do the same for others. And we do, with philanthropy events and service projects, volunteering through our honor societies, our Christian fellowship groups, our athletic teams, fraternities and sororities, and so many other different ways. Even in our classes, we are taught to use what we learn to improve the lives of others. It's the classic biblical lesson from Luke 12:48. For whom everyone much is given, much will be required. Or as Spider-Man's Uncle Ben put it, with great power comes great responsibility. But if you look at people who have changed the world the most, it's often the men and women who use their knowledge and skills to improve the lives of those around them. Tesla saw his inventions as an opportunity to help his fellow man. I feel that we learned a similar lesson here. While other colleges may offer fancier buildings or greener lawns, Westminster's strength lies not in these superficial things, but in the preparation and motivation it gives students for the future. 71 years after his passing, the tide has begun to turn for Nikola Tesla. Edison's famous light bulb is slowly being replaced by more efficient LEDs and fluorescent lights. As for Tesla, the electric induction motor he invented in 1888 is still used in millions of machines, from the air conditioners in this building to the electric cars of tomorrow. His inventions continue to improve the lives of billions. And if you look at Wikipedia, Tesla's page is just a little bit longer than Edison's. History is being rewritten. To my friends and classmates, I leave you with this. Let the present belong to someone else. The class of 2014 isn't going to change the world during our first week out of school, and that's okay. Deep down inside of us, we know what it takes to make a difference. We learned how to use what we know to do some good in the world, right here, firsthand at Westminster. We must work for the future, to positively impact the lives of others in the next year, the next decade, even the next century. Our turn to rewrite history has come, and someday people will be reading our Wikipedia pages. Let us not grow cynical with the here and now, because one day people will judge us by our work and accomplishments, and our future will tell the truth. Thank you.